Hello modding enthusiasts. This is the second guide in the series where we will be covering working with lists to help with the inclusion or exclusion of specific mods to and from the BA2 merges. If you have not watched the previous videos, I would suggest you do so to get familiar with what B.M.A.T is and what it does and how it can help with the fallout for BA2 files limit. B.M.A.T was built with flexibility in mind, to give you the choice of what you want to be merged and what not, and in what order. Additionally, it will allow you to control which mods files would go into which BA2 merge file. To achieve that, B.M.A.T supports various lists, such as whitelists, blacklists, retexture lists, and update lists, where the latter is a specific type of list that we will cover later. The B.M.A.T lists are located here, where B.M.A.T will be looking for those. If no lists exist, or no mods have been added to any of the default templates, B.M.A.T will process all the mods for the merge. Additionally, if no whitelists are used and B.M.A.T is run by default without changes to its config file, it will split the mods into the following groups: collection added mods, user added mods, creation club mods, and mods with loose files, or a combination of those. There are two types of whitelist files, a text and a CSV, separated lists files. Both are used to explicitly tell B.M.A.T which mods should be processed, where all of the other mods will be ignored from being merged. The CSV file can be used to group mods together into a separate groups, like, if you want all of the weapon mods to be in one merge, and all of the armors to be in another. This will allow you to better control which merges will need to be updated after each mod's list change, as B.M.A.T, with every run, will be updating only the merge files with any changes to the mods. This will help you reduce the time needed for every subsequent merge, i.e., if you have all of your mods in one massive merge, it will take longer for it to get updated than if you have your mods in more and smaller merge files. There has to be a balance between the number of merge files and their size, but that ultimately will be up to you to decide how you want it done and how long you are willing to wait for the process to complete. Here is an example of a whitelist with number of mods, and different groups for the respective mods, based on their type. As you can see in the B.M.A.T log, it imported the list, and validated the mods names against the Vortex mods list. Here you can see that B.M.A.T had identified few mods which are not in the Vortex inventory, so those will be ignored. Here in the candidates list you can see how the mods and their files and loose folders will be split into which merge groups, which respectively will dictate the BA2 merge files names. Here you can see the generated by B.M.A.T merge files, which are created based on the information from the CSV whitelist file. Probably you have noticed a merge which was not in the whitelist. That merge contains the merged creation club mods, which are always processed unless that feature is disabled in the config file, but that is a topic for another video. Now let's discuss how would you create your own whitelist. First, you need to choose whether you just want to group a selection of mods, which you would do via a text whitelist, or you want to merge mods in specific groups, which you would do via a CSV whitelist. When you are naming the respective whitelist, make sure you add _whitelist at the end of the file name. To add a mod to a whitelist, just go to Vortex and copy the displayed mod name, and then paste that name in the whitelist. If you want to specify the merge group name, you can do that under the package name column. The order in which mods are added into the whitelist does not matter to the order in which the mod files get overwritten in case of conflict. What matters is the mod's load order, so make sure that is correct. One more thing. For cases where two mods share the same load order index, let's say there are two mods where the BA2 files have the same names but only one has a plugin, or all mods files are identical in name. In that situation, B.M.A.T will take into account the mod file's modify date, and it will put the older mod files before the newer files. You can have any number of whitelists with any number of mods in them. When run, B.M.A.T will combine all the mods from all whitelists to create a mods candidates list. That is all for the whitelists. Next, let's discuss the blacklists. The blacklists can be used to make sure specific mods are always excluded from any merges. To create a blacklist, just go to Vortex and copy the displayed mod name, and then paste that name in the blacklist. When you are naming the respective blacklist, make sure you add _blacklist at the end of the file name. You can have any number of blacklists with any number of mods in them. When run, B.M.A.T will combine all the mods from all blacklists to create a list of mods which will always be ignored. Here is an example of a blacklist. And here is an example of those same mods which were skipped in the log. That is all for the blacklists. Next, let's discuss the retexture lists. The retexture lists can be used to make sure specific mods will always overwrite all the other mods. Those could be retexture mods, mods patches, and mods fixes. To create a retexture list, just go to Vortex and copy the displayed mod name, and then paste that name in the retexture list. When you are naming the respective retexture list, make sure you add _retexture list at the end of the file name. The order in which mods are added into the retexture list does not matter to the order in which the mod files get overwritten in case of conflict. What matters is the mod's load order, so make sure that is correct. Similar to the whitelists, in cases where two mods share the same load order index, the mod's file's modify date will dictate which files will be overwritten. All the mods in the retexture list will be added at the bottom of the candidates lists to make sure those will overwrite all the previously processed mods files. Similar to the previous lists, you can have any number of retexture lists with any number of mods in them which will be combined during merge. That is all for the retexture lists. The last list we are going to discuss is the update list. This is special use case list, used when, for whatever reason, B.M.A.T is not able to identify which mod is supposed to replace which mod as part of a mod update. Additionally, you can use this list to explicitly control which mod should update or replace which other mod. More details on the mod's updates will be provided in future video guide. To create an update list, go to Vortex and copy the displayed mod name, and then paste that name in the update list in the mod_name column. For the replacement mod, copy the actual mod name, which is the same as the archive name, excluding the file extension, or same as the mod folder. That mod name should go into the updated _by_mod_name column. When you are naming the respective update list, make sure you add _update list at the end of the file name. That is all for the update lists. Happy modding! Cheers, and see you later. Take care.